My name is Cassie and I'm the founder of Fatco, where we use these guys to make this stuff. Let me explain. At Fatco, we specialize in making natural and organic skin and body care products, many of which contain tallow. It's nutrient dense and healing. It's extremely high in vitamins A, D, K, and E, all super important for skin health. It's natural, it's healthy, and it's sustainable.
People are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet. To me, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all gotta start appreciating. And you gotta stop disrespecting this man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prideful podcast. As always, it is your boy Pride, the ugliest motherfucker on the goddamn internet. I am joined by my soulmate, my other half, the light in my dark world, the man who stole my heart. This is my version of Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Jay McLovin. How are you doing, my guy?
You know, first of all, Pride, Mom says hello.
Hi.
If you haven't seen the striking resemblance between me and Pride is my Dominican better half.
Sure.
Yeah, man, it's doing good. It's doing good. It's doing good. It's doing good. If you don't know what's on tap for tonight, Pride and the Celtics are taking on the Miami Heat, and I guess if the Celtics win tonight, Pride, and I know we're going to talk about this at some point, then your day is only going to get that much better. Again, we have, for those who don't know and those who are pro-life, we have Nate the Great below us as a good example of that.
Yeah.
And to the left, we have Gonzo. So, yeah, man, hey, listen, I'm having a good time. Nate knows I'm playing with him. Nate knows I love him. And, yeah, man, hey, it's a good day to be alive, to be honest with you, Pride. Now, listen, Pride, the Astros are in first. The Boston Red Sox are in last. I don't know how you feel about the Boston thing. I know you're riding high right now with the Patriots doing well and football making the playoffs, and they're doing well with the Celtics, damn near in the finals. But Boston's got to be a massive letdown.
No, listen. We're on a 5-game winning streak. Cordero just hit a grand slam walk-off, so you could lick our nuts, all right? We're fine, okay? Listen, we've won 8 from our last 10. We're getting it together. Listen, we're going to be...
You said relax, we're getting it. I hope so. No, Pride, wait, Pride. I hope you are. No, Pride, understand this. When I tell you this, it's with great sadness because you're also in the same division as Frankie. And I need you to get your crap together. I need you to play good baseball because, quite frankly, I'm tired of seeing the Yankees and Frankie at the top. I would much rather, to be honest with you, Pride, I would much rather see Boston Red Sox at the top versus the damn Yankees, to be honest with you.
I just got one thing to say about the Yankees, all right? Fuck them. Yeah, all right? Look, we do not give them any respect whatsoever. By the way, Jay, I just want to throw it out there. When I gave you that loving introduction, my fiance was just staring at me the whole time. I tried so hard not to look at her because I was like, damn, you know what I mean? Frankie goes, damn.
I love your fiance, by the way. She's a shit.
Yeah, but listen, let's keep it rolling with the introductions because my guy, my wizard, that's what I'm calling him, my savant, the man I turn to when I don't know what I'm talking about. There's one guy I turn to, and he cracks my brain, and he sprinkles me with knowledge that I did not know existed. Okay, this is stuff that I can't even Google.
It's true. That's the nickname Rain Man.
I've had another guy here, Dustin. I called him Siri. I call this man encyclopedia. Making his debut on the show, Nate the Great. Nate, my guy, how are you doing today, my guy?
Better than the past couple of weeks. I could say that.
I heard you dislocated your knee.
Yeah, I did. And
What are you, a black belt in Brazilian
luckily,
Jiu-Jitsu, and you're rolling with what's going on? How'd you do it?
I tried to throw a baseball on a catching net.
Nate, I heard you were found out to be counting cards like Rain Man. Is it true?
110%. I don't know. 110%. 110%.
Because
Like,
look, my nickname for Nate is Rain Man. Just because, like you said, you got Siri and all the other things. You got Alexa, but I got Rain Man. And that's what Nate is. Nate is freaking Rain Man. And Nate, I mean that in the best possible ever. You're smart and you're intellectually just amazing.
and real
Amazing.
quick, Nate, how old are you?
I am 20.
So
God, you're not
20,
even
right?
legal to drink yet.
So the only reason I wanted to bring that up is because he's 20, yet he knows things verbatim from stuff that happened in like 1807. Like,
That's
how
true.
do you,
That's true. I don't know how he does it.
Like there'll be times in the group chat, Nate will be like, "Hey, did you guys know that in the year 3 that this happened?" And I was like, "Brother, you're like your grandmother's grandmother wasn't even a thought yet. How do you know this stuff?" So hats off to you, bro. You're a flipping genius, and I mean that. You're a flipping genius, right? Now, I have one more guest here. This guy right here, Miles means nothing to him, bro. This guy is a genius when it comes to the wrestling world. He is intelligent. I wish to be this man. He's got the beard. Look at that. Do it one more time. Do it one more time, Chris. Do it one more time. He's got the beard. He's got it all. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that boy Chris Gonzo. How you doing, my guy? Welcome back. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good. Finally back at it after another week off of being sick.
Who are you telling? Who are you telling, bro?
I saw you were sick last week too.
What? Dog. You guys should have seen me on Friday, bro. I almost lost a lung. Yesterday I was coughing so hard I gave myself a nosebleed. So
We done a wrestling show yesterday live. Went traveled to do one, and we get
is
there.
that the one with the Pope?
No, that was last Saturday.
That was last Saturday. Oh, because I just saw that picture. I was like, God damn, I missed him.
Oh, the Pope was cool, man. I got to hang out with him. I was telling Jay and them guys earlier after the show. He went out to eat with all of us, with the promoter and all of us. Man, it was cool. He's a great dude.
I heard he's lit. By the way, AP, I've been sick. I went on vacation, came back, and then got sick. So your boy's starting to get back into the swing of things.
Hey, Pride.
Yuki is
Pride.
back
AP
to hit
just had a birthday, Pride. AP just had a birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday, Anthony
dear
Price.
AP.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
You son of a
birthday,
bitch.
my guy.
Go down.
I'm gonna start doing that now. I'm being a little kid's birthday party. It's like happy birthday to you. I'm screaming, you little son of a bitch. Like I'm gonna start doing that now. I'm gonna start screaming.
Hey,
My
Pride
son's
is going to be known
birthday.
as Happy Clown. When we say Happy Clown, Pride comes on.
My son's birthday is in December, right? As soon as we finish, they're like, happy birthday, you little son of a bitch. I say that as my fiance glares at me. I would already be dead. I love him.
That kills me. That
the
kills
hate
me.
is real, 110%. Yuki got upset with me because I had to take the braids out. This motherfucker got roasted for having Kendrick Lamar hairstyle. I decided to go back to the Cheeto puff hair.
He said Cheeto puff hair.
Yeah.
This was a product. Pride. Do you have any product in your hair at all? Or is
No.
that just straight natural?
This is straight now. All I do is brush it. That's it.
You need some product, damn it.
No, well, if
You
I
need a
was
little bit of
stylish,
product. You need a little bit of product in there.
Maybe. Frankie goes, probably what happened to the braids. So long story short, I had a do-rag, and when I was asleep and I was tossing and turning, the do-rag would come off. So the back of the braids was getting all messed up. So it was unsalvageable. So I just I decided to take it all out. So I basically got to go buy a bonnet, and then I'm gonna get the hair redone. So I'm not giving up. You will see.
I got to be honest, because I was so disappointed. I expected today Pride to have braids, and when you came out with the fro, I was a little. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little upset.
He was very
almost cheated in a way. I felt like I was cheated that Frankie got to see you with it and I didn't. I felt cheated in a way.
Cheated. Nate, you hear this? Cheated. By the way,
don't worry, Nate. If you have sex with one female and then have sex with another female and don't tell the first female, that's considered cheated. But it's okay.
I'm a virgin, so I don't know what that's like. Frankie, my son's birthday is December 10th. December 10th. Yuki says, yeah, I'm back to hating Debo. I don't give a fuck because vague ass punk ass is annoying me. Oh man, I felt the same way. I felt the same way about what's his name? Rondo. Like when we traded Rondo, fucking hated Rondo for like.
Have you heard the latest on Rondo though? No, seriously, have you heard the latest? If Juwan Howard would have taken the job as LA's coach, he was going to have, or rumors are speculating that Rondo was going to be his assistant. If he would have taken the job, Rondo would have been his assistant, and that's factual.
Oh, yeah. Well, yes and no.
I saw the report on it. Did you see the report?
No, because it was a report, but Rondo still wasn't sure whether or not he was going to try to play.
But you know that if Juwan taking that job, Rondo's name is. And I don't think Rondo says no. If the money's right, I don't know if Rondo says no to that. Unless Rondo feels like.
If Rondo retired, he would have went with easily. I think if he retired, he would have went.
Right.
I think it really comes down to the money. Because if he can get a little more money playing, he would probably go and play.
I think he would might take it, but I feel like I don't know how good he would be at it because he's a player, not a coach.
Well,
you don't know that.
As an assistant, because Frankie
that's true.
As an assistant, I think he would be the dude that would like go and if someone's kind of playing a little dumb or something like that.
Because this is playoff Rondo. This is playoff Rondo that we're talking about. So it's not like Rondo doesn't have some experience at knowing, how to control players and call players. So as an assistant, exactly, not a head coach. Because let's be honest, Steve Nash shouldn't be a head coach. They should have been assistants first and then developed into head coaches.
Well, my thing is, listen, if you listen, I don't care about Brooklyn giving Steve Nash the head coaching job. My thing is, first and foremost, you need to make sure you're not discrediting your head coach before he's even allowed to coach a summer league game.
Let me ask you this. I've got to ask you, that's a good ass point that I've been wanting to ask somebody for a hot minute now. And I'm going to ask that to you because I know you're pretty good. When you first, if you hear Irving and Durant and so forth coming out and saying they don't even need a head coach, go ahead and put him in there. If you're upper level management, if you're a GM or higher, and you hear players talking about your coach that way, well, how does that make you think? Because I'm thinking kind of differently, like, oh shit.
Blow up the entire roster. That's how it would make me think.
Exactly. I mean, aren't you thinking like if the players come out and say, I don't care if Steve Nash is the coach or not, we're self-contained as it is. If I'm a GM, I'm thinking a certain kind of way like, this does not sound or even feel right to me.
Well, so here's the thing, and Chris, if I'm and Nate, you too, if I'm being a crybaby, I need y'all to let me know. I am probably the most, if not one, like if I'm not the most childish person I know, I'm pretty close to it. I'm a very childish individual. The instant any of my players talking about, oh, we don't need a head coach, guess what my first instinct is? Oh,
out of here.
You know what you also don't need? Minutes. Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. Like listen. Everyone here knows how I feel about LeBron James.
Right.
You all know how I feel about him. I love him. If I was head coach and LeBron James were to tell me or tell anybody we don't need a head coach, Game 1 of the regular season, guess what I'm doing? LeBron.
Sit the fuck down and say, take it then.
I'm gonna be a dick. I'm gonna put him with the starting lineup when we're running drills. I'm gonna do it all. And right 5 minutes before, oh, by the way, hey Braun, come over here real quick. And as soon as he gets to me, yo, THT,
starting lineup tonight.
Go start. Braun, have a seat. We need to have a little chit chat.
I think what it tells the GM is that you don't have the right leaders on the team. Because if you have a right leader on the team, comments like that's not going.
I think what it tells you, Chris, I think what it tells you is if you have Steve Nash as your coach, and that's who you choose as your coach, and then your players come out and say, we don't need this specific coach, we're good on our own, then that tells me as a GM, it tells me two things. Number one, our season is already screwed over because we don't have the connection between coach and players. So I already know that we're behind the 8 ball. Number two, it tells me maybe I selected the wrong players to be on this team. Because if you don't think you need a coach, or if you don't think you can get behind a coach and you think you can do it all on your own, then maybe you're not the right – as good as you may be, maybe you're not the right people for our organization. I'm just saying. Because you know you've already got an issue before the season even starts. There is no connection between coach to players. So basically you got anarchy raving already throughout your team before your season has even started. And anarchy has never proven to be successful on any terms. And that's just my opinion.
You know what I would have done? Well, I wouldn't be mad if Steve Nash decided to do this. Game 1, regular season, he walks out middle of the game because the players don't want to have a coach, apparently. I wouldn't be mad if he did it. Decided to walk out in the middle of the game.
I wouldn't blame him. Like I'll tell you this right now. If as soon as they said that, Steve Nash said, "Yeah, I quit," right there on the spot before, I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't be mad at all. I wouldn't blame him.
Like you said, your top 2 stars are discrediting you right off the bat. So that's going to make the rest of the team look at you like?
Yeah, and that's what happened. Listen, you got Nick Claxton, okay? Who I don't want to be mean. I don't, but he's a bum. He's a bum. Let's just like people go, oh, he's no. I don't care how old he is. Right now, he's a bum. The only reason he was playing on that Nets team is because they had no choice. They had to play him because he's tall, and they didn't have size. If the kid was a guard, he's not playing.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah,
like,
I agree with that.
You got him looking, and this lets you know how bad it is, looking at Steve Nash like, why am I listening to you? Then he's turning over to Kevin Durant, and he's like, you could hoop and all, but I don't care. And then he's looking at Kyrie the few times he's ever seen him and goes, oh, so you got him literally looking at these 3 guys like, I won't listen to nobody. Then you got Patty Mills trying his best. You got Patty trying his best. God bless him, by the way.
Yeah.
Because the fact that, like, this dude went through the whole season and then punched somebody, God bless him. God bless him, for real.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And then, obviously, Blake Griffin, who, honestly, I don't even think he cared. Well, let's
be honest though, Pride. Let's ask ourselves a question. Let's get down to the real nitty gritty. If we're all basketball enthusiasts and commentators, and at least somewhat proficient in the sport of basketball, the minute that we heard the comment of "we don't need a coach and we're good on our own," should all of us have looked at each other and said, "You know what? There's no way in hell a team like this that has no connection to their coach is ever going to make the NBA Finals," and that's just point blank. Should we not have said that right from the beginning? Because you saw right from the beginning when they said they didn't need a coach and that Steve Nash was basically a figurehead. Should we not have said, you know what, this team's not going anywhere? They're fragmented. They're not going anywhere.
Yes and no. I say yes because obviously your superstars do need a rapport with your coach. But at the same time, we have seen, like, as long as there's some respected leader in that locker room, you'll be fine.
You think so, Pride? Because let me ask you a question. Based off of that answer, Pride, and I love you, Pride. I'm not trying to be argumentative, but what I'm saying is, based off of your logic, if that was the case, where are they now? And where have they gone? What have they done?
They didn't have that reliable leader.
Exactly. That's
my point. But I mean, but at the point, okay, and maybe I'm wrong, Pride. Maybe we thought that, okay, they came out and said they didn't need a coach, that they could do it on themselves. So either we thought of one or two things. Either A, Durant was going to be the leader and step his game up, or B, Kyrie Irving is going to step up. We thought probably one of those two guys, if you're thinking along those lines, me personally, I was always kind of like, hey, once you separate from the coach, there's no way you're going forward. But if you want to take the approach of a leader stepping forward, Kyrie Irving is not clearly a leader. Neither is Durant, obviously. But maybe we thought at the beginning of the season that one of those guys would step up. Is that what we're saying?
To an extent, right? So what I thought was going to happen was that I thought at the time Kyrie was going to play, Kevin Durant was going to play. They would be able to hold each other accountable, and then you kind of let the rest of the locker room follow them. And you also need to remember, they were coming off of a Game 7 loss to the Brooklyn Nets when Kevin Durant's shoe was literally a half shoe smaller. They're in the finals.
Yeah, by a big toe.
Right. So, like, I get what you're saying.
Definitely don't leave my feet.
Right.
Yeah, let's be honest. Let's be honest. You know what Brooklyn is? No, Pride. You know what Brooklyn is? Brooklyn is a shit ton of Indians. You got a few really talented Indians, but Brooklyn is primarily Indians with no Chiefs at the helm, except maybe upper level management. Right. And even then, upper level management, I don't even think they are.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even.
But it's a lot of really talented Indians. And
yeah, no I do get what you're saying in terms of, like, they have the talent and, and, like, but like you say, like, if we're gonna go back to the Chiefs thing, like, you always need the leader or the head.
It should have been Nash, and once it wasn't. That's my point, Pride. I love Durant. I know he's talented. I love Kyrie. I know he's talented, but the Chiefs should always have been the coach, and so forth. But they did not even respect their coach. Pride. From day one, this is what I know, Pride. From day one, when you don't respect your coach or give your coach that credit, that automatically tells me you're not a leader. That tells me you're a follower, wanting to be a leader, but you don't really necessarily deserve that. They never had the respect of a true leader. And that's how you knew from the beginning that the Brooklyn Nets were always going to be a massive amount of bullshit with great potential.
Well, and if you look at it like that too, if you look how LeBron reacted when the Lakers hired Frank Vogel. LeBron didn't come out and say
Lakers are another example of that.
So he didn't come out and say we don't need a head coach. He got behind them and done what he had to do, and they went and won a championship.
Yeah,
now this year I felt like they used that the upper office used Vogel as a scapegoat.
Yep.
But
they got the first championship for 2 reasons. They got that first championship for 2 reasons, though, and you know it, Chris, they got that championship for 2 reasons. Number one, they were healthy, and they were just simply better than everybody else in the bubble. And it is what it is. Well, the second season, the third season, it kind of shows you once the injuries hit them and they weren't whatever, and Braun still tried to bring in once Braun brought it the second season, I'll give them a bye because they got hamstring injuries of both Braun and AD. So I'll give them a bye on the second season. But that third season, when Braun tried to be a GM and bring in Westbrook and his friends, that's when you just knew that Lakers organization was out of whack.
What I was saying, though, is if LeBron would have came out when they first hired Vogel and said, we don't need a coach, then the rest of that Lakers team wouldn't have got behind Vogel like they did. But by LeBron not saying anything, whether he agreed with it or not, but not coming out publicly saying anything, then the other guys are going to follow him and get behind the coach. And Brooklyn didn't have that leader.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I think that's a classic example of why a player should not be the decision maker and why the coach and the GM should be the decision maker of where your team goes, because a player, as great as a player may be, doesn't always have the best understanding of where the team needs to go to get to a championship and why Golden State is where Golden State is, why Chicago back in their dynasty is where they were, and where the Kobe-led Bryant Lakers were where they were because they had good, strong leadership from the coaching level up. And you can't let a player just try to dictate where a team goes, whether it be Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, because when that happens, you can see where it goes. It goes nowhere. Nowhere.
What's your team again?
Fortunately, and I love the Houston Rockets. I am a Houston Rockets fan. Go ahead and say whatever it is you want to say. Right now, we're in rebuild mode. You can say whatever you want to say. Right now, we're probably going to get Jabari or we're going to get Blanchero, and I think it's going to be a perfect compliment to Green. And I think the Rockets are where the Rockets are, but we got enormous capabilities to go upward. So I'm okay. Give it to me, Pride. I can take it. I'm weathered. I've been through the storms. Give it to me, Pride.
Real quick. No, hold on. Which one? No. I'm thinking about the other one. I'm thinking about.
No, give it to me, Pride.
I think
Frankie made me down this morning. I can take it.
No. It's just because you said Blanchero, and I thought Blanchero went back, but I think it was Baycott who went back.
It's Baycott because right now your top three guys are Blanchero, Jabari, and Chet Holmgren. Those are your top three prospects.
But how is your team gonna get any of them? Your team.
We're number 3 right now in the lottery. We're number 3 in the lottery. How do we not get one of them?
Hold on, Chris. Nate, explain this to me. How are the Dallas Mavericks 3rd in the lottery when they're?
Oh, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! You know what, Pride, really? No, Pride, no, Pride, no, we're not going there. No, Pride, no, take a timeout, Pride. Sit there and take a timeout. I know this is your show, and this is Prideful Takes, and you're a prideful person, and I understand that. But also, Pride knows that I love him. Pride knows that I love him dearly. But Pride, I'm your boy. Pride, am I your boy? Are we not boys? Are we boys?
Yes, of course.
So then why would you treat me this way? Because right now you're acting like Frankie. Why are you acting like Frankie right now?
Well, I don't know if you caught any of the morning show, but Frankie had Jay wild up this morning.
Frankie.
Yeah, I know Pride saw that shit. No, Pride saw that shit. That's why he's continuing.
I loved it.
No, Pride, but you know I'm a Rockets fan, okay? Come on. Give me some love now.
It was a mistake.
No, well, you son of a bitch, and I love you.
It was an accident. I promise you.
Okay, you know what? If it's an accident, apologize and I'll move on from it.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're done. I accept your apology.
Yeah, so to move on from that debacle to head into another one.
I love this fucking show. I really do, man. Right, thank you for having me on, man. By the way, I love how you and Frankie, I feel like you two have an alliance right now. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to crack that alliance eventually.
Perhaps. But Nick Saban has been in his feelings.
Yeah, he has. Yes, he has.
The NIL has him shaken in his boots. He then, he went out and said, "Oh yeah, Jackson State paid a guy, $1 million." In rebuttal, I think it was the
Jimbo Fisher and Deion Sanders.
No, not him. The actual player was like Travis Walker or something like that.
Is it Travis Walker? That's at the end of this?
I think that's who he was referring to.
Okay, well,
Travis
I didn't
Walker
hear the Travis Walker, but okay.
Yeah, I heard the rumor. Yeah.
That's the guy that Nick Saban was referring to. And then Walker was like, "LOL, okay." And then he went on Twitter and said, "I got $1 million. Why is my mom with 4 kids living in a 3-bedroom apartment?"
Wait a minute. Travis Walker, just for clarification purposes, is a player that Nick Saban was going after to recruit?
No, he's the player that Nick Saban said that
yes.
Jackson State paid $1 million to go there.
Right.
So Travis Walker was going to go to Jackson State on that, and Nick Saban wanted Travis Walker, but he's pissed off because of what Travis Walker did for Jackson State. Is that what we're saying?
To an extent, because he was a highly sought out athlete, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
If I'm mistaken, he was a top 5 guy. I know he definitely was a 5-star recruit, but that basically was the guy who he was talking to. He went on Twitter and said, "All right, why is it $5 million? Why is my mom living in a 3-bedroom apartment with 4 kids?" Then Deion Sanders basically retweeted that, and he said, "I don't even make $1 million." He was, which by the way, I love Deion. So then Jimbo Fisher was like, "Bro, yeah, y'all forgot about Nick Saban, like."
Jimbo Fisher went in on him.
Jimbo Fisher was like, look, go back and refresh your memories about this guy. Refresh some of the scandals he's been through and all that stuff.
Yeah, go ask other assistant coaches that have worked for him.
And you let him know. And then Nick Saban did the ultimate thing. The ultimate backpedal. He then apologized. I didn't mean any of it. It was
he apologized without apologizing.
This was my favorite one. My favorite line, Chris. Everything I said was taken out of context. That, to me, and Nate, if I'm wrong, you let me know. As soon as I hear someone say, hold on, time out, you took everything I said out of context. When you yourself told me like this verbatim, and you're caught, like, we got you on video, and then you then fall back to that resort after people are attacking you.
Yeah, my other favorite line was when he said, Saban tried to say, "Well, I didn't mean to single out anybody. You didn't mean to single out anybody. You mentioned him by name."
Hey, listen, guys. It's not Travis Walker. It's Travis Hunter.
Hunter?
That responded to Nick Saban's accusation of the $1 million NIL. It's Travis Hunter.
Hunter. Perfect.
Yeah.
Here's
the deal, though. Here's the deal. No, but let's get past Travis. If we can't, hold on, Gonzo. If we can't get past the Travis Hunter, he's really just a symptom of the root cause. Travis Hunter really doesn't matter. He's just a guy that's out there for whatever reason. You can pick up any guy that gets an NIL deal and plug him into this scenario. That's not really the issue. The issue is that NIL is unstructured. To Nick Saban's point, okay, granted, Nick, you can say it's unstructured, but at the same time, your NIL abilities are the same as every other college's NIL abilities, and you're pissed off because Jackson State or Texas A&M or whatever college that may draft somebody uses NIL to the way NIL is supposed to be used, and you're pissed off about it. Well, go cry a fucking river, Nick Saban, because at the end of the day, all of you guys are on the same criteria. All of you guys are. Every NIL is not explicit to any school or any university. It's explicit to the player themselves. So your inability to be able to recruit this guy, that guy, or whatever has nothing to do with NIL. It can't, because NIL is exclusive to the player no matter what school he signs with. So don't get butthurt because this guy signs here or this guy signs there. It is what it is.
I think Nick Saban is just a little salty because
he's salty because he thinks he's a fucking god. And Nick Saban's not a fucking god.
Travis Hunter on his team. That's what I'm taking out of it.
But that's not what Jimbo Fisher is saying. And I agree with Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo Fisher is saying, Nick Saban, look, you think you're a god, but you're not a god. There are other schools out there that can recruit just like you recruit and get over yourself, is what Jimbo Fisher is saying.
Saban's pissed off because now he don't have the recruiting advantage like he used to.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
that's my point. Exactly.
That's what all this comes down to, because
exactly.
Now, like here's the thing, like Nick Saban's his firm grip, him and Alabama's firm grip on college football is diminishing, and diminishing fast.
Yes, true. Absolutely.
Because the thing is like with a bit, and by the way, I find it amusing, adorable, funny that Nick Saban has this problem. When every single time he has a recruit, there's always suspicions that they're paying them.
Exactly. That's exactly. Yes. Thank you, Pride. Say it. Preach it.
And the reason why I think it's funny, why I think it's above hilarious. First of all, the ridiculous Alabama fans who are now saying Jimbo Fisher's just jealous. No, it's not that. Your guy, Nick Saban, is upset and mad because he doesn't want other schools to be able to have the opportunities to get the best players. That's it. Because he wants all the best players for himself. The problem with it is now that he can't, now it's a problem. However, ask him about this 3 years ago, there wouldn't have been a problem. 5 years ago, wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah, because now he's not going to be able to have.
Exactly. You know why though? Because before the NIL came about, players wanted to play for Nick Saban because they felt like if I play for Nick Saban, I'm gonna get noticed. If I play for Nick Saban, I'm gonna be on the radar. If I play for Nick Saban, this, that, and the other. And when NIL came out and leveled the playing field, and a player said, "You know what? I'm getting paid for my like, image, and night." That means somebody who's paying me $1 million damn dollars. People out there are paying attention to me no matter what damn school I go to. People out there are paying attention to me because I'm getting paid X amount of dollars, and they don't have to rely on Nick Saban giving them the exposure that they would have gotten otherwise. And that's why it is the way it is. And Nick Saban is pissed off about it.
Yeah, that, and he's realizing that he's not going to be able to have every position be 4 or 5 deep with these 4 and 5 star players anymore.
Exactly.
Right.
Because now,
let me ask you this, guys. Let me ask you this. So now that we have all of the NIL and the things out there, how does that now translate into the rankings of the playoff system? Since other players are going to other places outside of Alabama, how does that now change the ranking system?
Well, I'll be honest with you.
Does it?
I think before we see a monumental shift, I think it's going to be about 4 to 5 years.
Yes.
Because now you're
right. That sounds about right. I give you that.
You know what I mean? That way it gives enough time for the talent that, because like Chris said, Alabama, Georgia, these big teams, like they are literally. If you want to put Texas A&M in that conversation too, fine. Florida, Ohio State, Michigan. They're like 3 to 5 players deep in every position.
And when they talk about the transfer portal, for quite a lot, what does the transfer portal mean to it?
Exactly. So, like, I think after a few years, all those guys that they have are going to go away.
We're going to see a lot of upsets this year.
I think you probably will. I think so. I think in terms of, like, individual games, I think you will. But, like, in terms of actual shit, like, I'm telling you right now, in 4 years, Alabama's going to be out of the top 10.
Yes, and let me ask you this. The 4 years that you speak of, the 4 years that you have Alabama out of it, is it because of NIL or just – Yeah,
because now
I agree with you. I totally agree with you because it's NIL that takes him out of it.
Right, because now what's going to happen with the NIL, you want to play.
Right.
You want to play. So all I need to do is play Alabama once. Play Georgia once. And if I have a great game, now people are going to want to see me. So I can now go to a solid school. I can go to a USC and be okay. I can go to a UNC and be okay. I can go to South Carolina and I'll be
okay. Even in Jackson State, you can go to Jackson State and be fine.
And I will be okay. Exactly. So
let me ask you this, Pride. Does the NIL then reinvigorate HBU competition?
Excuse me. I think so.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so. You're talking about the historical black colleges.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Does it bring them into the equation more where, let's be honest with you, before the NIL, HBU wasn't really looked at that level. Does it now put HBU and colleges like HBU now more into contention for getting into those realms?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like we've had historically. Watch it. What I'm saying historically in the. Please shut up, Haiti. I took that from Pride. Yes, Pride. I took that from you. Okay. Historically, we've had X number of universities in the top 4, right? The Ohio's, the Notre Dame's, the Texas back in the day, Alabama and so forth, Georgia and so forth. But now with NIL, can we now start seeing maybe schools from the ACC and other, let's say, less likely places becoming more competitive and getting eventually, not spontaneously, but eventually, could we then start seeing more of those universities now get into that realm at some level because of NIL?
So Nate, you let me know if because I want to answer the question. I want to get you in here too because I want you to see if I'm looking at it the right way. I think eventually how college is going to be, college is no longer going to be about winning. I think it's going to be more for kids to go who basically don't want to go. I want to word this correctly, but I don't think I can. So I'm just going to say for kids who don't have shit to now go into college and be able to set your life up financially before you even step foot in the league. Like,
okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like for instance, like Travis Hunter, which I said Walker. I apologize. It was Travis Hunter, right?
Right.
The guy said he has his mom lives in a 3-bedroom home with 5 kids. That's an opportunity for him to come to college, not only learn, why would you not stay in college for 4 years when you can still make money? You can relax and pretty much do whatever you want. You finish school and then you hit the league. Like, I think it's going to be more of to win, it's going to be a, quote, dying breed type of situation where kids are just going to come and they're basically going to want to get paid, which, I mean, that's what the NIL is for. You know what I mean, Nate? Or am I looking at it wrong?
So college is more for the player, while the pros is more for the team.
Exactly.
Let me ask you I've got a question for Nate. Fuck Nate.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm
answer your question.
Let me ask you this question, Nate. I love you, Nate. I'm totally fucking with Pride right now when I say that. So don't get your butt hurt feelings of it. And I don't think you do because you're laughing, so it's good. But Nate, but Pride. Let me ask you this. At the same time, NIL was just for name, image, and likeness. But where do we go from here? Like Nick Saban is saying it's unstructured and so forth. Where do we go with NIL? I personally think that NIL is fine the way it is, but Nick Saban is just pissed off that everybody else has a contention now against him. Like it's an unfair advantage. It's crazy to me.
Right. Which again, he's gonna be butthurt, and he can be butthurt. Who gives a shit?
I think it's going to make college football better because
me personally, I think so too. I think it gives colleges that would not normally be in the conversation because NIL, a player can say, okay, look, my name, image, and likeness, if I'm in the top 300 of ESPN, is so good that I can go wherever I want to go because you know what? I'm getting my $1 million regardless, or I'm getting my paid endorsements regardless because if I go here, it doesn't matter. All I got to do is go here and ball out, and I'm good. So I think that's going to give lower level colleges or colleges that aren't SEC related more of an opportunity to become in the Final Four, or not I say Final Four, into the playoffs because it takes away the competitive advantage of the SEC because now I'm getting paid regardless of where the hell it is I go.
Yeah, I think it's going to create more parity in college football because more teams are going to be able to compete. But like I said, like Price said, I do agree it's going to take 4 or 5 years before you see a big change up at the top. But you're going to start seeing some of these smaller schools, like for instance,
like the Jackson State. No, take Jackson State for example. That's a good example. Yeah. Take Jackson State for example.
Yeah.
Well, just like here in Muncie, Indiana, we have Ball State University. Well, they get some boosters to help with some name and likeness stuff. They're going to be able to build their program up better.
Right. All you need is that one guy, that Deion Sanders, to take over your program. Somebody that has recognizable credit, and players will gravitate towards that because they're like, oh, you know what? That's Deion. I know Deion brings a certain level to the game. I know for a fact, if I'm trying to get endorsements, I'm going to tie myself to a guy like Deion because Deion has that sort of connectivity. So what I'm saying is it almost becomes a business at this level. It's almost like a business. And if I'm a college athlete and I got X amount of characteristics to me that people want me, I'm going to go to Jackson State and say, hey, Deion, I want to play for you. Give me the $1 million. I'm going to get the $1 million here. I'm good. And it doesn't have to be Deion. It can be any other school they want to attend. As long as that money is there for them, they're going to go there because they know they're getting exposure. If I'm getting $1 million or $500,000 to attend on NIL, somebody's watching my ass. Regardless of what school I go to, somebody's watching me. And that
100%.
means something.
Well, and the way everything is streamed now, and you can watch it basically any game you want. It's not as big of a deal what college you go to anymore as it used to.
Right, exactly.
Because now,
exactly.
Now people can watch. If you want to watch a game, you can find it. Where it used to, it was only the big schools that were on TV. Now, with all the streaming, you can watch about any game you want.
It almost even helps. Let's say some low-ranked team, I don't even know. Let's say Toledo. Let's say Toledo gets the number one recruit that makes $1 million as quarterback. It almost helps that school out because that $1 million quarterback, via his endorsements, is going to command a certain level of people watching that school to see what they do. So whatever player they get that's on the NIL deals, that brings a certain level to the school as well as helping them. So, I mean, I personally think, in my opinion, I like NIL. I like NIL because I hate seeing the Sabans of the world, and I don't have anything wrong against Nick Saban. Nick Saban, you're a great coach and so forth, but I hate seeing you corner the market just on your name alone. I want to see players getting paid for their job and then leveling the playing field, not only the SEC, but all the way down to the ACC and beyond, and let everybody be on the same fucking playing field. And let's say we go from here, not necessarily 4 years, like Pride said, because it's gonna happen that quickly. But goddamn, 10 years from now, where can we be with NIL in 10 years?
We're gonna be somewhere.
That's crazy, right?
We'll be.
I think it could change college football to where it's kind of like the NFL, where everybody has a chance that could win. Like when you look at the NFL, even the team that was terrible last year, the next season there's a lot of them teams that can turn it around and get better. Yeah.
Yep. So
I think you'll be able to see some of that in college football.
Yeah. So hopefully that whole NIL thing, I think it'll work, and I think we all agree here that it'll work. And when it comes to Nick Saban, stop being a bitch. You've been able to do whatever you wanted. You've been able to go ahead and pay recruits. You've been able to do that stuff. Now all of a sudden, when it's a legitimate way for other schools to do it, it's a problem. Do better stop.
No, can we say one thing before we move on? Probably, can I say one last comment real quick?
Yeah,
if I'm Nick Saban, and I know the NIL equals a playing field for everybody. If I'm Nick Saban, I should be saying, if I'm truly Nick Saban, if I'm the great Nick Saban, if I'm the all-eternal, godlike Nick Saban, that NIL shouldn't mean a damn thing. That people are going to want to come to me regardless. Because not only am I equal at NIL, but I'm Nick Saban on top of NIL.
And not just that. With the boost,
like, you know what I'm saying?
With the boosters Alabama has, you're telling me that they're not going to be paying players. They've already were paying them.
I get that. That's exactly what I'm saying. If you're Nick Saban, you shouldn't give a damn because your reputation upon NIL should supersede everything else. So I don't know why he's so butthurt over it.
Because he's a bitch.
He is a bitch. He's a fucking big bitch.
That's what it is. It's going to affect the depth of his team is what it's going to do, and that's why he's whining about it.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm sorry, Pride. That's the last thing I wanted to say I'm sorry.
You're good, but like I said, it is what it is. I'm not mad, I'm not mad at Jimbo Fisher for saying what he wanted to say. I'm not mad at Deion Sanders.
But you know what I'm saying? But if anybody has a bitch,
just,
it should be Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo Fisher should have a bitch about it.
I'm not saying the guy, the head of that conference, for reprimanding them or whatever, not letting them talk about it. I wanted to see Dion and Saban and Fisher all sit down live, televised together, and talk about it. That was going to be great.
Yeah, they should have.
But I mean, think about it. If you're like a Jimbo Fisher, or if you're even Deion Sanders from Jackson State, if I'm them, I'm thinking like, hey, Nick, you're Nick Saban, for crying out loud. Why are you so worried about NIL? You're Nick freaking Saban. Shut the F up. But anyway,
it's too hard. Okay. It's too hard to do that for some people. It's too hard. But speaking of shutting the fuck up, something Josh Donaldson might need to do. Josh Donaldson called Tim Anderson Jackie Robinson, and Tim Anderson was like, "I'll slap the shit out you." After all this happened, Josh Donaldson, who portrays himself as a fighter, who portrays himself as a if it needs be, I get rumbling. Yasmani Grandal got in his face, and I've never seen a dude act so much of a bitch before. Like, I double checked and I zoomed in and I saw his teeth chattering.
Right.
So, I'm in the fuck Josh Donaldson boat, to infinity and beyond. Fuck him. Okay. This is my only thing with it, because I've been dying to say this, because to the people who are saying Tim Anderson called himself Jackie Robinson. He's called himself the modern day Jackie Robinson. And people are using that to try to justify it. I have 2 points to it that people just are too pussy to talk about. They're too bitch made. One, he called himself the modern day Jackie Robinson, not because he was black, because he was trying to make the game fun. What people aren't doing, they're not talking about why he called himself that. He called himself that because when he said it, it was in the midst of people bitching and moaning that he was having fun. Do you know who one of the people who was bitching and moaning that he was having fun just happened to be?
I'm listening.
Josh Donaldson. So it's weird. Supposedly you've called him this for years. If it's a lie, he told it. He said he called him this for years. Then he did. Then he called himself that. And then all of a sudden he was like, oh yeah, then I called him that too. And all of a sudden I had a problem. Isn't it possible that it's okay for someone to call themselves something but that still doesn't give you the right? Let me ask y'all a question. If I look in the camera and say, yup, I'm a nigga, does that give you guys permission to call me that too?
No. Pride, we're not going down that road.
No,
Pride.
I'm asking.
No, Pride.
It's the
I'm all about apples to oranges. No, Pride. I'm all about apples to apples and apples to oranges. But to say the N-word, Pride.
It's the same connotation.
Pride, I don't know what it is.
It's the same
I can't agree with that. I don't think it is, Pride. I don't. Because you know what? Here's my issue. Here's my issue with what you're saying. And by the way, I want to go on record, fully on record, as to noting that I do not condone Josh Donaldson saying Jackie. Me personally, I think if I was a player, I would have stayed clear of it as about as far as a person can stay clear of herpes, AIDS, or the nuclear war.
Yes.
At the same time, and I'm just saying from a PR standpoint, I'm staying away from it. But at the same time,
real quick.
Go ahead.
Chris, are you watching the Reds game?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. No, Pride, don't shift gears. Don't shift gears. We can shift gears at any point in time. Don't shift gears because that's being an a-hole. And I wouldn't do that to you, Pride. Pride, I would not do that to you. The point I'm making is this. If a man calls himself Pride, if a man calls himself the modern day Jackie Robinson, if he claims that, if he takes that status and he claims it, we don't know. Nobody really knows the true relationship between Josh Donaldson and Tim Anderson and what they had going on prior to. Nobody knows that really for sure, but two people, those two guys.
That's fair.
So For all we know, it could have been an ongoing thing. Jonathan, that could have been the big thing. Jackie this or Jackie that, because he said Jackie wrong. Look, it's a pretty goddamn big deal.
Uh-huh.
I don't care if you're black or white. Tim Anderson, shut the fuck up. Don't ever tell yourself that you're freaking Jackie Robinson, because you don't know what Jackie Robinson went through. I don't care if you're black, white, or indifferent. You are in Jackie Robinson's shoes, so you have no claims to that right. Matter of fact, we should be more pissed off at Tim Anderson for even comparing himself to the great Jackie Robinson, because he has no fucking idea what Jackie Robinson truly endured at bats, being called at the N-word, and I'm not going to say it, and God knows whatever else. So to even claim Tim Robinson, to even claim Jackie Robinson in your name, disgraceful upon yourself.
Okay.
Number
one, Jackie Robinson, if you really think about what Jackie Robinson went through, for Tim Robinson to even claim it in any way, kind of way he wants to, is pure bullshit.
But you got to remember.
Number two, hold on. That's number one. Number two, if if Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson had some sort of at some point, they must have had some level of whatever was the whole Jackie comment. I don't think Josh Donaldson comes out and says the whole Jackie comment if they didn't have some sort of camaraderie between the two of them after that comment that he had made. Now, I don't know what, and again, I'm not taking up for Josh Donaldson. I don't know what their relationship was, but I do know this. I have had friendships that went sour, where I've said things before with friendships, and then once they went sour, they took it a different direction, and they want to go a different way. So I understand what that can look like. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what their relationship was prior to the Jackie comment. Mm-hmm. All we know is what the relationship looked like after the Jackie comment. But don't get pissed off when you're comparing yourself to somebody who went through something that you know nothing truly about. Jackie Robinson, what he went through was freaking crazy. It was insane. It was ugly. It was nasty. It was brutal. It was disgusting. And then you want to come out and say you're the next fucking Jackie goddamn Robinson? Shut the fuck up, Tim Anderson. You know nothing about what he went through. Unless you want to tell me that you went through similar situations. And in that case, I'll listen. Come on social media, put it on Twitter, put it on whatever, in the situations that you think you went through that were anywhere similar to what Jackie went through. And then I'll listen to you. I apologize. And I refrain.
But, okay, so I kind of agree with you if Tim Anderson was trying to make it seem like he was, being bullied or,
right.
He felt like, but what he was saying was when Jackie Robinson was playing, he did bring excitement to the game.
No. Excitement to the game is one thing. Racial prejudice is another. And again, I'm not Josh Donaldson. I want to go on record. Josh Donaldson should have never said that. He should never have been involved in that. I want to make that clear. But at the same time, Tim Anderson, I don't give a fuck what you think you're going through. You can't put that on Jackie Robinson when he went through. Fun? Are you kidding me? Fun? Do you know what Jackie went through? Jackie went through hell.
Don't get it twisted. He did go through hell. He did.
Now, how do we compare the two, Pride?
Easily.
Pride, how do we even come close?
Easily.
I'll listen. I'll be quiet.
And I'm explaining you why. Even though what Jackie went through was something that no player in this age will ever have to go through. We agree on that, correct?
Yes.
And we're talking about the spitting, the names, the throwing stuff, and this is stuff that they let slide, right? Okay. Did Jackie Robinson bring electricity and excitement to the game of baseball?
I think he brought the African American flavor of you can say he brought that, but to say my problem is this, Pride. My problem is this, and this is what I need you to address. And I'm going to be. I swear to God, I'll be quiet. But this is what I need you to address. Mm-hmm. I understand that Tim Robinson wants to compare himself to Jackie Robinson and the way that he changed the game. Maybe he thought he brought fun. You know what? A lot of baseball players have brought fun to the game. A lot of players have brought fun to the game.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not comparing themselves to Jackie freaking Robinson. And there's a lot of players, black, white, brown, and yellow, that have done it. To compare yourself to Jackie Robinson, to me, is a complete and total insult to what Jackie Robinson went through as a human being. Okay, go ahead.
So again, so this is his exact quote. This is the quote. I kind of feel like today's Jackie Robinson. That's huge to say, but it's cool, man, because he changed the game, and I feel like I'm getting to a point to where I need to change the game. That's his exact quote.
I get it. Yeah.
Now, I just want to say, if you put all that together, he's not saying I had to endure what Jackie Robinson had to go through. What he is saying is, yo, look, with how, I mean, and we're talking about from one specific aspect. I'm not even just bringing up the fact that.
But Pride, would you not have been okay? Pride, would you not have been okay with him saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to take the game in a different direction. I'm going to make it more fun, and this is my flavor of fun. My point is this. He did not have to reference what Jackie Robinson. I think that Jackie Robinson referenced because what Jackie Robinson went through was so much more indifferent than what he's going through that he could have just said, you know what, I'm just trying to change the game on my own and claim it for himself. Don't even bring Jackie Robinson into the mix on that level, because once you bring Jackie Robinson in, now you're in. No. What was that? Once you bring Jackie Robinson in, now you're opening the invite to what Jackie Robinson went through, and it's not even close to being the same. So
no, you're not
on that point.
No, you're not opening that. Nate, you let me know if I'm.
I don't know how you don't.
And Nate, you let me know if I'm out of pocket here.
Nate, please, and be objective, Nate.
If a guy is just saying, "Hey, I feel like Jackie Robinson because he changed the game, and I'm in a position where I need to change the game myself." I don't think I'm not mad at him for saying that, because it's not like he said, you saw what Jackie Robinson had to go through? Man, it's not even close to what I got to deal with. Like, if he said something like that, then I'm on him. But the fact that he's talking about, hey, yo, Jackie Robinson was fucking phenomenal and he changed the game, it's my turn to do it. I'm not mad at him for saying that. Nate, am I looking at it wrong, or is Jay McLovin on something?
I'm about to kill you if you say the wrong word.
So I'm actually agreeing with Pride on this. And
okay, I'm about to kill you, so it's okay. Go ahead and Pride all you want.
Use an analogy. Just use an analogy.
It better be fucking good and it better be fucking phenomenal.
It's like comparing apples to oranges.
No, it ain't.
They're not the same.
You're white. You're white privilege.
They're not
Shut the hell up. Shut up, you white privilege, motherfucker. No, you white privilege.
They're not the same thing, but they're both birds.
Shut up, white privilege. We're not talking anymore about white privilege. Shut up, white privilege. No, you don't know. And this is where I'm really upset with Pride, and I love Pride. By the way, let me go on record and say that Pride, you know I'm there for you. Pride, and I think you fucking know that I'm there for you. And I love you to death, and I fucking love you and your family. But Nate, you're fucking speaking out of white fucking privilege, and shut the fuck up for about 3 seconds.
How though?
Here's the deal, Pride. What you're comparing to is different. You're comparing going from an era of hatred and a guy who is supposed to transcend hatred into a whole nother level. No. Pride, I know, Pride. You ain't look. And I'm white privileged too. God damn it. I'm a white privileged motherfucker, and I know I'm white privileged. But at the same time, but I can understand something. Pride. The man went through a time period when I don't want to say the N-word, but the N-word was used quite frequently. I know. And you want to compare that to a fucking Yomer?
But the sad part,
fucking kidding me, Pride?
But that's the sad part. You're comparing the wrong thing. See,
no, I'm not, Pride. I'm comparing the right things.
Because we're talking about.
Guys, watch it. You know what? I think watch this, Pride.
Go ahead.
I think baseball's a little boring. I want to make baseball a little bit more exciting.
I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
Hold on now. Let me make baseball a little more exciting. A guy who went from the Negro Leagues to the African American, to the MLB, and oh my God, Pride, come on, son of a bitch, I love you, but damn, it's not the same. It's not even close to being the same. And I don't think I could ever understand it truly. Pride, you could never understand it truly. Matter of fact, let's just be honest. What Jackie Robinson went through, nobody, including your boy Henderson, could ever understand what he went through because we're not there. We weren't there. We weren't through the ridicule and all the embarrassment and all the craziness, all the hatred. No, it's such a level that you don't even want to touch it. I wouldn't even want to touch it. I wouldn't want to come close. And for Henderson to put himself in that realm shows a level of immaturity and ignorance that he does not even come close to understanding what Jackie Robinson went through. So look, if you want to say you're changing the game from boring to fun, from this to that, okay, great. Make that declaration. Just don't bring Jackie Robinson into it because what Jackie Robinson went through, you will never understand. I will never understand. Nobody in this panel will ever understand what Jackie went through. Nobody. Including
by the way, Yuki, they actually had it back in the day called the Negro League. Like that
said the what league? David Glover, you son of a bitch.
Yo, Yuki. That really was a thing back in the day, bro. The Negro League was dead ass a thing.
Well, if you go to the Baseball Hall of Fame, there's a whole
wing. Yeah.
Hey, listen.
If you go to the Baseball Hall of Fame, there's a wing of the Negro League.
For me, Pride, honestly, just as a human being, as a person who studies history and has looked into history, and I don't understand what nobody. I'm just saying, for me, it's really hard to compare. It's hard, bro. It's hard for me to say, for some guy looking back, to say that he's going to compare his life to Jackie's life. It's just hard. It's hard for me, bro. I'm okay with you saying you want to change the league. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to go from boring to fun, left to right, up to down. But to say that your life is anywhere near what you did or what you went through was what Jackie went through?
That's not.
Whoa. Again, you don't really understand life.
Again, what you're doing, you're flipping it again.
Maybe I am, Pride.
No, it's not. Maybe you are, because he's not saying at all what Jackie Robinson went through as a human.
Well, when you bring up his name, you kind of are, though, Pride.
No.
Yeah, you are. Once you reference I'm the modern day Jackie.
Because he's talking about the phenomenal player. He's not. Listen, let me ask you a question. Jay. Let me ask you a question. Let's say, all right. I got an example for you, and I'm very curious to see.
I'm listening. I
used to be a running back, right?
Okay.
I used to be a running back, right? What if one day I came out and it was like, man, I feel I'm like the modern day O.J. Simpson.
Okay.
With how great he was and how he changed the game, I think it's my time now to change the game. Am I wrong for making that comparison?
First of all, I applaud your ability to make the metaphor to Jackie Robinson's metaphor. I applaud you in that. No, I do, because you want me to see the running back compared to the greatest, probably one of the greatest running backs of all time. I get that. But I don't. Again, I think I'm a little bit more intelligent to see through that than what you're trying to portray. And I love you, Pride, and I get the portrayal of what you're saying. But I understand also the significance of what he went through. And I don't, and the problem I have, again, Pride, this is the problem I have with it. The problem I have with it is what Jackie endured in terms of pain, suffering, ridicule, humiliation, and all in order to make the change that he made.
So
and I feel like
when
we look at Henderson,
hold on.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Jackie went through a lot, and he produced under those circumstances.
By your logic, I just want to make sure I'm understanding this. So by your logic, when Tim Anderson said that, and he compared himself to the modern day Jackie Robinson,
Yeah.
He basically unconscionably compared how he was living to Jackie Robinson, correct?
Let me ask you a question, Pride. If
Yes or
we
no?
can. No. Hold on. Let's take a poll. Let's just do a fact check. I wonder what was Jackie Robinson's stats against Tim Henderson?
But the thing was, Anderson wouldn't even compare himself to that kind of player.
Hold on now. Jackie Robinson's stats. Let's just because we're making some mighty comparisons.
So I got Jackie Robinson's
what the fuck they do on the field.
Yeah,
what did Jackie Robinson do on the field compared to what Tim Henderson did on the field, compared to Jackie Robinson's day and time against the white militias and all that, compared to what Tim Henderson has done and his nice, posh, living life?
But Anderson wasn't saying he was as good as Robinson. He wasn't comparing himself as a player to Robinson.
Oh, no. Once you mention Jackie Robinson in conversation, I'm sorry. Once you mention Jackie Robinson in conversation, you think you're the next Jackie Robinson? No, that's what he said now. He's the next Jackie freaking Robinson. Once you put your name and his name simultaneously together, oh, you open up the whole can of worms. Not just part of it, Gonzo. Not just half of it, Gonzo. You got to open up the whole can of worms on that. Look at Jackie Robinson's stats under those circumstances versus Tim Robinson's stats under his circumstances. And let's see where they line up at.
That's not what he's comparing, Jay.
He's not saying.
No, I'm saying it. I'm saying it. You want to put your name in the same sentence as Jackie freaking Robinson, you better have some shit coming behind you. I'm sorry. I don't just let people say what they want to say and accept it for what it is. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you on all levels. Performance, equality.
No.
Hold on. Equality.
That's not what he said.
Hold on. Circumstances.
I can't. Nope. Listen, time out.
How you know? Okay.
Nope.
You know what?
Nope. I'm gonna tell you what.
This is weird. The Dominican guy is killing the white guy on racism. This is crazy. I've never seen this before.
But again, what you're trying to do is
I'm looking at all angles, Pride.
No, but how can you look at all angles when the guy is talking for a specific angle that he himself said? Think about it. That is the equivalent. My guy is saying, all right, look, let's say Jackie Robinson is math, right? Let's say he's math. And Tim Anderson says, you know what, man? There's a lot of facets in math. I'm going to focus on trigonometry.
So let me ask you a question, Pride. All right, so based on what you're saying, one question, not based on anything I've said before. I'm going to go a completely opposite direction.
Okay.
So based on what you're saying, based on what Gonzo is saying, Nate, I don't even know where the fuck you are, like most women. I don't know where you are. But, and I love you, Nate. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, that's true. You don't know where I am.
You're right. I don't. God knows I don't. But Nate, I had to throw you in there just to lighten the mood a little bit. So don't take it negatively. It just meant to lighten the mood a little bit. But let me ask you this, Pride, for real. Okay, so so you look at Josh Donaldson and his comment of Jackie to Henderson, but Jackie himself claimed himself as the Jackie Robinson of, I guess, the modern day.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so look, there's only two players that know what really happened, how it was said, what was said, so forth. Right. And that's Tim and that's Josh. Only Tim and Josh know what the fuck is what. But I'm sorry, but if you're going to come out and say you're the modern day Jackie Robinson, how the fuck are you going to get pissed off at Josh calling you Jackie? Because somebody explain that to me. And I'm not saying Josh was wrong. Josh, again, I'm going to say this. Josh, if I'm in your position, I'm not saying anything at all. I'm probably going to come off the field and be the fuck quiet and just shut the fuck up and go to my dugout. But at the same time, I'm going to say Josh calling Jackie's calling himself Jackie. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I'm explaining you why we're talking about it.
Is it because he's white and Tim is black and he wasn't allowed to say Jackie?
No, you want to know why? It's because Tim Anderson doesn't fuck with him. That's why.
I don't care if he fucks with him or not.
No, but that matters.
That matters.
But that matters. And I'm explaining you why. Jay McLovin, you and I are cool, right?
Yeah.
We're close, right? You would.
Yeah,
you would right?
of course we are. But hold on, before you go that route, before you go all the way down that route, I want to understand too that him saying Jackie could have been like, who's to say it's in jest? Because we all say things in jest. I'm not saying he should have said it, but what if he didn't mean it? What if he didn't mean it racially? What if it was just him and his boy playing around at the time? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying this.
No, I see what you're saying, but here's the problem with that. Let's say Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson truly are these close friends. Then Josh Donaldson would know how to say it. For example, Jim McLovin, if we're bullshitting and I call you an idiot, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh and probably call me stupid in return, right? Yeah. That's just how it goes. Why? Because I know when I can say things to you and when I can't. That's how it is with having a friendship, right? When you're Josh Donaldson, you truly know Tim Anderson. You just can't say that stuff at any random time whenever you feel like it. You see what I'm saying?
All right, pause on that.
Go ahead.
What if I know that Tim, and I'm speaking as if I'm quote unquote Josh Donaldson, and again, Josh Donaldson, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and just say in my personal space, in my personal brain, that this guy's a fucking moron thinking he's Jackie Robinson. In my brain, I'm thinking this guy's a fucking idiot, and I'm gonna probably continue on the dugout. Okay. But for whatever reason, Josh Donaldson felt like he needed to be vocal about it. But what if he vocalized himself and this rationale? What if he vocalized him saying, what if he comes off the field saying, oh yeah, okay, Jackie. Like, yeah, you're not fucking Jackie Robinson, you dumbass. And he walked up. We don't know the way in which Josh Donaldson said the term Jackie to Tim Henderson. He could have said it any number of ways. He could have been like me and been like, this motherfucker thinks he's fucking Jackie Robinson? Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you.
So let me ask you a question.
You don't even know how I'm talking about. Fuck, you don't know Jackie Robinson, to that degree to put out that kind of fucking algorithm. So I'm gonna come off the field. Maybe he's a little pissed off. Maybe he's thinking a certain kind of way about his boy, and he says, "Hey, okay, Jackie." Because I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. If I heard somebody say that, and I'm coming off the fucking field, and I see Tim Henderson come on the field, and I know the story of Jackie Robinson, and I know what he went through. Maybe I'm kind of pissed off about him comparing himself to Jackie Robinson. I'm not saying that Josh Donaldson felt that way, but it's not to say that he couldn't have felt that way and thought that process to be like, you're a fucking idiot to compare yourself to Jackie Robinson. And maybe he said it out of joking in that perspective, not a racist perspective, but more of a pissed off perspective. And I'm not saying that's what Josh Donaldson did, but who's to say that he didn't?
Well, so let's say that's how he felt.
Right.
Why not go up to him and say you're not Jackie Robinson?
Exactly. But do we always do things the way we're supposed to do them? Pride? Have you ever done things in your life or said things in your life the way it should have been said, even though you had a certain kind of perspective? Because I'll be honest with you, I haven't.
Regardless of the perspective, and it doesn't matter what your intention is. It matters your execution.
Well, what matters is that you're in the media. No, what matters is that you're in the media, and the media is going to portray you a certain kind of way. Because let's be honest, Pride, if we put our honest heads on, I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure Gonzo has. Nate, I don't know. I don't know what you have or have not done, because you seem to be pretty fucking sterilized. But I'm pretty sure that Gonzo and Pride and myself, who have a little bit of life experience, have said and done things in a way that was taken out of context. And I'm pretty sure that's happened to all of us. Right. And all I'm trying to say, Pride, is how do we know that what Josh Donaldson did was not taken out of context? I'm just saying, how do we know it was taken out of context?
Because
all we have is Henderson's word.
No, we don't. Because he admitted he said it.
He admitted he said it, but he did not mention the context in which it was said.
Because he then went on a 45-minute tangent trying to avoid the question.
Okay.
He said,
no, Pride. I'm sorry. I did not see that, and you didn't tell me that. But if that's what he did, okay, then Josh, you get what you get. But you get what you get.
They asked him, and he was like, yeah, I did. But let me give you some backstory. And then he basically started going on saying, oh, yeah, I always called him Jackie forever. He called himself it one time in an
and what did Tim Henderson say about that? Did he ever respond?
No, he hasn't responded to it.
He hasn't responded yet. It's probably because he's gonna end
up. What I'm saying is,
trying to stop himself.
If he comes out and says that on public air that we've always said that, and Henderson doesn't deny it, how do we know it's not true? And I'm not saying it was, but how do we know it's not? Because if he's not there to say, hey, Josh, we never had that sort of relationship, then how do we know it's not true?
Well, maybe they'll end up talking about it.
My point is this: only two people really only understand what the hell happened that day, and that's Tim and Tim and Josh.
And then last week they had a scuffle over a hard tag as well. So I mean, this ain't the first time they've gone into it.
Yeah, that was even a hard tag. Josh Donaldson was trying to push him off the base.
Yeah, pushed him off the base, and the umpire called it right.
He was like, what are you doing? And Josh Donaldson is like, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, man. I just, you know what? Hey, a lot of things happen in sports. A lot of things go down in sports. A lot of, emotions happen left, right, up, or down. All I can base it on is just when you talk about Jackie, man, that's a pretty strong statement. I mean, it's really, 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 really strong because of what Jackie did and what Jackie represented. To go out and say you're Jackie, you better have your goddamn ducks in a row because it's too fucking strong of a subject matter to try to align yourself, funny, changing, or whatever, to align yourself with Jackie Robinson. You better have your shit squared the fuck away, in my opinion. And if I was, this is coming from a Caucasian person. God damn, if I was African American, I might even be a little bit more pissed off to be like, bro, do you know what our ancestors went through and what you're trying to compare yourself to? You might want to think about it for a hot minute and then maybe restructure your statements.
So I don't have a problem with them.
I know you don't. But I'm saying.
Let me explain it. And the reason I don't was because what he was comparing himself to was he wanted to play the exciting, fun style.
I get that, but you ain't got to bring Jackie into it. Jackie's a whole nother level of maturity.
When Kobe said he wanted to be like Michael Jordan, Kobe was wrong for saying that.
That's not the same.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Going from all white to the first African American in baseball is not the same as Michael Jordan. It's not even in the same vicinity.
He's not saying that he's as good. He's not saying he's as good as Jackie.
No, we're not talking about good. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about color barriers. We're not talking about athleticism.
He wasn't talking about color barriers.
And that's not even close to the same.
He wasn't talking about color barriers, OJ.
Brother, I know he wasn't. That's my point. He doesn't understand. That's my point. He doesn't understand that he's trying to compare going from boring baseball to exciting baseball as exciting as to what Jackie Robinson did, breaking the goddamn color barrier. And I'm sorry.
He's talking about how Jackie Robinson played the game.
And you'll never convince me otherwise.
He's talking about how Jackie Robinson played the game.
Thank you.
No,
he played the game exciting. He was electric on the base pass.
Okay, Pride. Is that really what we're talking about? No. Pride, is that really what we're talking about?
That's what Anderson's quote was.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, I don't think we're talking the way people play the games, and now all of a sudden we got an issue.
That's what he said, though. That's what he said.
I might have to look further into this, but I just don't see that, man. I don't see that. I don't, Rob Gonzo. I don't see that in Pride. I don't see that, man.
I understand. I'm just trying to tell you the way I interpreted it.
I know. There's a lot of interpretations. Look, the Bible's got 160 interpretations. It don't make one either one or the other. I get it.
That's what's great about our country. We're all entitled to have an opinion.
God damn it, I know, Gonzo.
Yeah, I'm with you.
To be honest, you're not the only.
No. Nate, we don't. Hold on. Nate, we don't want honesty. Nate, we don't want honesty. Lie to us, bitch. We like liars. We don't fucking want honesty at this point.
Go ahead, Nate.
I'm kidding. Go ahead, Nate.
Nate, go ahead.
I was just gonna say is that you weren't the only one that had that opinion.
Well, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no one ever really thought about that. All right, last topic.
Hey, by the way, the previous topic was so on fire. I literally got 3-degree burns on that shit. I'm gonna go part of the ER after this conversation is over with. I'm just saying, Nate gave me 2nd-degree burns. Gonzo gave me 3rd-degree burns. Pride, I'm only gonna admit, you weren't that bad. You gave me 1st-degree burns, bitch.
But the Mavs are in the Western Conference Finals and are getting handled by the Golden State Warriors. They're down 0-3, which brings the question up. What moves do the Dallas Mavericks need to make to get Luka Doncic some help? Start with you, Jimmy.
Luka Doncic, Jesus Christ. What more does that man need to do to become in the realm of MVP in the league? I mean, let's just be honest. I get it, man. People gotta say, well, Jay, he don't have the accolades. He don't have the hardware. He don't have the bling on the hand to be in the same cognizant sentence as, Giannis or, LeBron James, or even the thought process of Embiid, so forth, whatever. But I'll be damned if the son of a bitch don't give you 40 a night, 11 and 6. What more do you want from him? He's already eclipsed MJ in terms of points per game. Now, you can say that, you can make the argument, well, Jay, Michael Jordan gave you 160 games, and Luka's giving you about 30. So how are you going to make that comparison? I get it. You can say longevity versus points per game, and you'd be correct. But at the same time, let's be honest. He still has a ways to go. He's only 23, and he's already given you what Jordan gave you, if not more than what Jordan gave you. Okay, now he's not better than Jordan. You'll never hear those words out of my mouth right now, where he's at. But at the same time, how do you deny him? You can say, well, Golden State did this, and Golden State, yeah, you're right. Golden State did come in and take 3 games from them. You can say that. But at the same time, what did Doncic give Dallas versus Golden State? I do guarantee it's 40, probably 35 and 32. So, okay. Now, you can also say Brunson did a pretty good job. Brunson's a solid number 2 guy. Brunson's giving you 20 plus. And fact check me if you will, but all 3 games against Golden State, Brunson's giving you 20 plus. The problem with Dallas is this, and I said this at the very beginning. In order for Dallas to beat Golden State, all the members have to show the fuck up. Finney's got to show up. Bullock's got to show up. Powell's got to show up. Dinwiddie's got to show up. Kleber's got to show up. They all got to show up if you want to take down this Golden State Warriors, which is different from the Phoenix Suns and the fact that they've got prior championship experience and Phoenix does not. And Booker and Chris Paul did not show up after Chris Paul's 37th birthday. With that in consideration, yeah, Dallas is where Dallas is because Dallas has no low post. Dallas has been giving up points in the paint, and they've been out-rebounded all 3 games. And they've had to resort to the 3-point level of competition at which they have not met the criteria of what Golden State has given them. So I'm sorry. If you're being outscored at the low post if you're being out rebounded at the low post, and if you're number one and you're number two are the only ones playing, then of course you're going to get swept. I digress.
You know, to be honest with you, I agree about what you said earlier about how everybody needs to show up. You know, you brought up the whole thing about the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul turned 37 and forgot how to play basketball, first of all. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
and,
he did.
You know, going into this series, you got Spencer Dinwiddie. What is he doing? Nothing.
But Nate, I'm not even worried about Spencer Dinwiddie. Let's look at what Powell and Kleber gave you in the first game in Dallas, which was 3 points. 3 point. Look, if you take Bullock, if you take Powell, and if you take Kleber, 3 guys, 33 minutes apiece. All of them gave you 3 points. 3 points combined. 3 players, 3 points combined. How the hell are you going to win down the low post?
Well, you just got, because it's simple. You just got to make moves.
I agree, but they didn't do anything.
No. Well, this offseason they need to. I mean, me personally.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I didn't know what you're saying.
This is what I was saying in the group chat. Like, they should be in the running to get Zach LaVine. And I had somebody, Zach LaVine. I would.
Why? He doesn't play low post.
I'm explaining why. Why would, and I had somebody tell me, oh yeah, they need a big. I'm like, and he's like, they need Rudy Gobert. If you think this Mavs team needs Rudy Gobert, simple, you're a moron who doesn't watch Mavericks basketball. Right. Because they thrive in their best when they're playing small ball. That's when they thrive, when they're moving the ball. Why do you think Maxi Kleber, they love having him there? Because he can keep up on fast breaks. Same thing with Powell. It's the same thing with Powell. They love keeping him on fast breaks. You need a reliable number 2, which can then slide if you keep him Jalen Brunson to the 3. So now when he's having those off nights, when he's supposed to be giving you 20, and instead of giving you 20 points, he's excuse me, instead of giving you 20 points, he's giving you 20 shots and only making about 3 of them. You now have a guy in Zach LaVine who A, can get a bucket, and B, play defense. You pair him up with
still is in the middle, though. My question for you is this, and I want you to explain this to me, because Dallas has continually, in the last 3 games, been outscored and out-rebounded at the low post. How exactly is Zach LaVine coming in going to provide you with that counteraction?
But you don't need, again, you don't.
No, tell me.
I'm explaining to you. Yes, they're going to get out-rebounded. But again, stop pretending like them being out-rebounded would have stopped them. Because I promise you,
so 60 to 30?
Them getting out-rebounded.
No.
You get somebody to play defense,
48
they're stopping
to
the ball a couple times, and they're getting a few extra possessions, and they're able to go.
I think if
that makes no sense to me, man.
Even
Jason Kidd came out and said, we're trying to fight the 3-point battle, but we're getting beat down at the low post. We're not scoring enough 2 points to even stay in the goddamn conversation. So if Jason Kidd realizes that there's an issue at the low post, that there's an issue.
There's no issue
at the 3-point.
No, there's no issue. See, and this is why it's very difficult sometimes to listen to a coach, because he's saying there's a problem with the low post. Why is there a problem in the low post? Because you're not a low post team. You're not a low post team. You're not. That's not your job.
You play isolation ball and
you play ISO ball. So don't tell me, oh yeah, they're struggling there. Of course they're gonna struggle, because that's not their game. That's not their game.
Clearly 3 points not their game right now, because 3 points they're getting fucked over on. So 3 points not their game. Down low's not their game. What's their game?
I think personally, I think they should have a guy like this.
No. Let Pride explain that. Pride, their 3-point game is for shit. Their low point game is for shit. Where exactly is their game?
That's when you end up trying to utilize something called mid-range.
Okay.
That's like, again, you got guys who can hit mid-range shots. You have that. You don't have someone who could put his paint to his back to the basket and work the low block. You don't have that.
But the mid-range, as we know in the NBA, doesn't truly exist unless you're in Chicago with DeRozan. I mean, the three-point game and the low post game is pretty much primarily how both of these teams, not Golden State, not Dallas, both of these teams live and die by either the three-point or the low post.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, again, when you look at it, they don't have, like, for instance, the two guys you're probably going to have best, probably Dwight Powell and probably Dorian Finney-Smith. Those are probably your two best guys you could put on the block. If those are the guys you're going, and again, that's not their skill, that's not their forte, because that's not what Dallas does. Dallas is an ISO running gun
I get it.
transition.
So Dallas lost by 9. Dallas lost by 9. Hold on, time out now.
Right.
Let me give you some numbers now. Dallas lost by 9.
Right.
He got outscored in the paint 48-34. That's a 12-point differential.
Correct.
My point is this: if they had somebody that could offer you some sort of rim protection, whether it be, you trade, I would say Powell and Kleber are not getting the job done for you. So that's a moot point. So you need somebody down low that can give you that. Maybe it's a Gobert who doesn't necessarily give you offense, but gives you defense and rim protection that can provide against that low post, whatever. And I'm not saying Gobert is the answer. Maybe look at Ayton. Maybe look at DeAndre Ayton, who can give you this kind of sort of the same thing.
Now if it's DeAndre Ayton, now that's a different conversation. Then perhaps.
I know. What I'm saying is, there's different options. I'm not telling you to go get, but what I'm saying is, in the off season, how are you not looking at those kinds of moves versus the Zach LaVine move?
Because you need someone who can keep up with the running gun when Dallas goes on their fast breaks. Rudy Gobert won't keep up.
Okay, so you got Zach LaVine, Luka Doncic, and you think that's going to succeed themselves beyond Golden State right now? No. I'm out now. If you had, hold on now. Pride. If you had Luka Doncic, Zach LaVine, Dinwiddie's on your squad, Powell's on your squad, Finney's on your squad.
If you
got that starting five, but you insert Zach LaVine for Brunson. And then what?
Right now?
No. Where are they at? If you inserted Zach LaVine for Brunson, where would they be?
Are you talking about in the series, or are you talking about right now?
I'm just saying in general, in the series, however you want to look at it. I'm just saying how much better. Let's put it this way. If they had Zach LaVine in this series, time out. Now you asked. I'm gonna give you this scenario. If they had, take Brunson out of the equation. Insert Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, Doncic, and then it'd be Powell, Finney, and so forth.
Yeah.
How are they that much better against Golden State Warriors?
So basically replace Jalen Brunson.
We're just taking Brunson out and inserting Zach LaVine because you're not going to take Doncic out.
I think right now they're up 2-1. I think they still lose that game. That game one where they got smacked. I think they still lose that. I don't think they lose game 2. I don't think they choke that lead. And the same thing with game 3. I don't think they do that.
Okay.
That's just me.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad.
I think it'd be a 2-1
I'm not condemning you. Hey, I get it.
I'll put it to you this way. With Zach LaVine, they beat the Jazz in 5. They would beat the Suns in 6. And then maybe fall to Golden State in 7.
So would you? Okay. So at the end of the day, what I'm getting at, and I think you kind of understand it. Look, Zach LaVine's a great player. Nobody gonna dispute Zach LaVine. But without that low post presence, would you still say that that's Dallas's number one weakness? Is their low post?
To an extent, because you know who else struggles in low post? Golden State. Who gives a shit, right? But
at the same time, they do have Draymond Green and Mitch Wiggins. I mean, that's a pretty formidable kind of out of the box circumstance.
And it's the same Draymond Green who lets other centers
But watch this. But okay. Say what you will, but but who else out there is going to give you what Golden State's got right now? Because Golden State has a very powerful death squad too, and I don't think that's the normal. I don't think what Golden State has. I don't think is the normal.
But that's what I'm saying. Golden State put out the blueprint. Now,
well,
Mark
Jackson put out the blueprint.
Mark Jackson. You're right. Thank you for that, because it definitely was Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson gave the world the blueprint. Like, all right, if you have a ball dominant guard, he as long as he has a respectable jump shot, you'll be fine. You can then go and put him out there with another guard who can jump shot, doesn't need dribble, but instead he focuses his attention on defense. You got that. You now like Dallas is trying to do that. They're trying to play positionless basketball.
Yeah.
It's working for them. It's working, which is why I don't think it's a smart idea for them to try to go get a big man that can't keep up with their tempo. If
basically what you're saying is you want Dallas to stay with low post. You're basically wanting Dallas to stay with small ball and try to recreate what Golden State did, which you know is not going to happen.
Yes and no.
But I want to say this real quick. Before you say that, I want to make this quick statement. Right now, Ham, Stotts, Atkinson, and, now Juwan Howard has basically taken himself out of the equation or in alignment for the Lakers job. Would you not then look and say, like, hey, Mark Jackson, hello, motherfucker, maybe you should be the guy for our job? I'm just going to put that out there real quick.
I'm with you.
Go ahead.
I 100%. I'm 100% there with you. I would have called him.
I would have. I'd be a Mark Jackson's fucking ear right now, because there's no way in hell Atkinson, who has no head coaching experience, Juwan Howard, who has no head coaching experience, and Stotts, who has good experience in 13 years, but yet has a 5-18, 6 playoff record. Yeah, get the hell out of here.
I'll be honest with you.
I'm bringing in Mark Jackson.
You don't even need a basketball savant in that locker room.
Yeah.
What's first and foremost on that list for the Lakers head coaching vacancy? Who's going to take no shit from nobody?
From LeBron,
no matter what.
And it's going to be Mark Jackson.
I don't care if it's LeBron who's upset with me. I don't care if it's Anthony Davis who's upset with me. If we still have him, I don't care if it's Russell Westbrook. I don't care who's upset. They need to go to the front office and say, here's my plan. Are y'all with me or against me? You're against me? Yeah. Goodbye. And
see you later.
You see what I'm saying? So that's definitely what they need. But before we hop off, because Yuki thinks I'm scared to talk about it. I'm not. There were just other things pertaining in the back.
Can I say one thing?
Please, the floor's yours.
With the Dallas Mavericks, a move. I like the Levine move, but I think they should bring in Levine and then bring in a guy like Miles Turner, who's a bigger guy that can shoot the three. He can run the court, and he's a good defensive guy. Good defensive guy.
Again, that's a great name, because you're now going to what Jay McLevin is saying. You're going with size, but he can keep up.
And he likes playing on the perimeter.
Yeah, exactly. So if
let's
you
be honest,
what is one
that Miami doesn't have? Let's be honest. What is it that Miami doesn't have? Size, and then you throw in Adebayo, who had one game, but put in a freaking Turner. Put in whatever you put in a tie. I mean, look. Adebayo, are you freaking kidding me? Come on, Celtics, tonight. Let's go, baby. Shit.
Bro. But he at Celtics, Jay McLevin, who do you got winning?
Nah, listen. One thing about Tatum, one thing about Brown, one thing about Smart, one thing I know about my boy Grant Williams coming off the bench. Look, you got him last night. Okay, we're going to give you that. It is what it is. We can't take it back. There is no Williams tonight. He's day-to-day. I do expect Smart to play. I don't know how effective Lowry is going to be off the bench. I think expect him to play. Who? I expect also Lowry. And and then you got Tucker, who is the other guy with the mid-thigh bruise. Both of those guys are playing somewhat less than 100%. But at the same time, correct me if I'm wrong, Pride, but that game is in Boston, correct? Yes, so tonight is a 2-2 tie-up. Am I right?
Correct.
So I do expect Boston to tie tonight's game up, and then let's see what happens in the 1-1-1 playoffs as we go forward from there.
All right, Nate, who you got?
If the Celtics win tonight, well, one of the things they have to take care of, and it's the reason why they lost yesterday.
Nate, are you in an auto mechanic shop?
They have to stop turning over the ball.
Nate, you don't understand. I didn't even see the game, but I saw because I was so sick, and I rewatched it. Like I was like, at some point, you can't tell me we wanted to win. I'm convinced we wanted to lose. Swear to God. Because there's no way you turn the ball over that amount of time in the most simplest plays, man, dude. And it's the most simplest play. It's not even not like Miami's defense was suffocating.
No, it's lazy passes.
It was lazy, sloppy passes. Like, what are we doing, man?
Miami turned over the
Both
ball
games that they lost was like
Right.
that.
Yes.
Miami turned over the ball 9 times that game. It was 23 for Boston.
You say caca. I heard him say caca. Pride.
Yeah.
I heard him say that.
Yeah, no, he's right.
I've only heard your son say caca.
So
He's
if they
calling it how it is.
continue
He's
to
right.
take tonight,
It is
I'm
caca,
sorry,
kid.
Brett, but I have to take
Hey,
my
I don't know what they teach
Whoa!
at the Pride
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
household.
Did I hear it, bro?
But that little baby just
Hold
said
on, Jay.
caca.
Time out. Whoa, hold on. I got this one off. Hold on, I gotta slip it on. Nate, did you just come on my show and disrespect me?
I just said,
did you pick?
if Boston continues to do the same thing
No,
with the turnovers
no.
tonight,
Nate, you need to pick a winner for tonight. Boston or Miami?
Yeah, pick a winner, Nate. Don't bullshit around like you
Miami.
do your normal teams.
Say it again.
Miami.
And by the way, Nate, if you pick the wrong team, come tonight into tomorrow, I'm gonna so fucking crucify you.
Yo, this dude picked Miami. Yo, Nate
Boston
picked
has to
Miami.
stop turning over the ball. And
On my show, you
No, there's
picked
no
Miami.
money, Nate. It's all about reputation. Nate, tonight it's all about reputation. There's no money. Pick your fucking team and see if I don't crucify you come tomorrow.
He picked Miami.
You picked Miami?
Yeah, I did.
He did. Okay, so Nate is on the board for Miami. Nate,
Chris, who you got?
oh God, Nate, I can't wait till this game is over with. But go ahead, Miami. Nate, Chris?
I have the Celtics because honestly, the Celtics.
Of course you do, because you don't want crucifixion.
No, the Celtics outplayed the Heat other than one quarter in the one game, and then
You saw that too?
They came back from 26 down and got within 1 point, and then started turning the ball over again. If they just clean up the turnovers, the Celtics, to me, have the more talented team. They have the size advantage. It's going to come down to some of these injuries. But I did see that a few minutes ago, a report came out that they think Williams is more likely to play than Smart.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Look, Boston's winning 3 in a row, so it's Boston in 6. We're chilling, we're vibing.
And the Reds can't lose this game.
Yo, I saw that you shared something. I think it was yesterday that the Reds won. I was like, good for him. I was like, oh, I'm happy.
He said it.
7 of their last 10.
Yeah, I was like,
You can't lose this
It's
one.
1-0 top of the first and 2 outs. I don't know. Hey,
I'll never hear the end of it from my girl because she's a big Cubs fan. So
oh
my God. Oh my God. Hold on. Come on. Breaking news right now. Chicago 4-0 over the Reds. Yeah, you're losing tonight.
Nothing. Oh shit.
No, it's 4.
You just spoiled it. He's getting ready to hit a 3-run homer.
Hey.
Damn it. It was 1-0 and he said, I know it ain't, and then 3-run homer.
Hey, listen. Hey,
That's 1-0. And then boom, 3-run homer.
Gonzo, your girl's got bragging rights tonight. Your girlfriend's got bragging rights.
I took her to a game for her birthday a couple of years ago. She's a big she loves Cubs, but we went to Cincinnati because it's a lot closer than Illinois to Chicago. And the Reds just killed the Cubs that day. And of course, I'm loving it the whole time.
Wow.
Well, I'm trying. I bet you she texts me because she'll have it on her phone at work, keeping track.
Hey, you know what? Hey, listen, Gonzo, I'm just giving you the heads up. I'm about to find out who your fiance, wife, whatever. I'm about to find out who she is, and I'm going to Facebook friend her so I can give her Cubs and Reds updates, just so we can get on the same page.
She just messaged me, said 4-0.
What a goat! What a goat! Yo, that's funny right there, yo. Look,
that's the only sport she cares. That's the only sport she even pays attention to. It's baseball and the Cubs.
Yep. But I am dying. Do not copy me. Okay, man.
Is that AD over there?
Yeah. Yep. This was AD. Say what up.
Yeah, but are you Anthony Davis?
Say hi.
Hi, Anthony Davis. Hi, Anthony Davis.
How old is he, Pride?
He's one.
I'm about to say he can't be more than one. He's fresh out of the womb. He still got the umbilical cord tied around his buddy.
I have a 6-month-old grandson.
I keep forgetting you're old.
Yeah.
Well, when Nick said his age, I was like, damn, I got a kid older than you.
Hey, watch this. Hey, Pride, watch this. Look at me. Watch this, Pride. Ready? You ready for this? God, Chris is old. He's like 43. I'm 49. But damn, I look good for my age.
Oh, yeah. You're old, too. Nate, I can't call you old because I'm older.
Man, Nate, hey, listen. I got condoms in my drawer, literally, that are probably older than Nate. Because Nate hasn't even hit 21 yet. Look, this beer is older than Nate right now.
Nate, hold on. Nate, hold on.
I think there's only 2 people on this network that are younger than me.
It ain't.
Here's one of them.
Hey, listen, Nate's so young, he's ready to go to prom.
Nate, I did not realize you were only 20. Jeez, Nate.
Yeah, Nate's a baby. He's just a baby.
That are younger.
Yeah, isn't Amon like 19?
19, yeah.
Yeah, and I know Landon is like 17.
I think he's 16.
16?
Wait, are you in your parents' like auto garage or something?
I'm in my own room.
That's your personal room?
Yeah.
And wait a minute.
There's doors behind you, but it looked
you
like you were
got
like in a garage or something. Okay. Anyway, just curious.
Dude, that's lit.
Yes, you have basically your own entrance in and out of the house, then, don't you?
Yeah.
Nate. Let's start asking some hard-hitting questions. Have you ever?
Can we go Nate after dark? Hey, is this Pride Takes After Dark?
Prideful Takes After Dark. Nate, have you ever used those doors to, I don't know, invite some unknown company?
No.
Nate.
He couldn't even look at the camera. He couldn't even look at the camera. He did. We got him.
Nate, have you ever thought about bringing an unknown company over through those doors?
No.
Nate, see?
Look
at his name. No, he's covering his face. He's lying.
Nate, the video monitor that you're currently looking at us through, has there ever been, let's just say, some rather after dark material come through those windows?
No.
You're a freaking weirdo.
Nate.
Oh, dude. Hey, when I was that age, I'd have loved to have doors that let it in out of my room.
No. You know what I want to do?
I was upstairs because Nate.
We convert the attic to room.
Nate, if I flew in, hold on. Nate, if I flew into Washington and I came to your domicile or wherever it is you make your encampment, would you then go to a, let's just say, strip joint? Would you go to one of those with me?
Nope.
Nate.
What the fuck are you? Are you no, for real. No bullshit. Nate, are you on your way to priesthood? Have you sold your soul to that level?
Nate.
I don't know. Maybe Nate's gonna be a priest. I don't know.
No, you know what? That's it.
I want to be on his best side.
Chris, I'm asking him. I'm asking the hard-hitting question. I said, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the game. Nate, how many females have walked through that door and you pleased them? Let's go, Nate. I want answers and I want them now.
None. Zero. No, he answered it. He literally has not looked at porn. He literally has not had women walk through the door. He literally does not want women to walk through the door. I'm just saying, Nate, no. There's only one or two possibilities for Nate. Either A, Nate is asexual, or B, Nate is just on the spectrum to where he needs a job coach.
Nah.
You just need to know which one.
You want to know what it is? You want to know what it is?
No, I want Nate. I want Nate to tell me which one it is.
No, I'm going to tell you. It's C. Nate gets so much choach that he just forgets, bro.
No, is that it?
Chris, my guy, he's drowning in choach, bro.
Nate, do you get so much pussy? Nate, do you get so much pussy that you just forget? Nate, do you have the crabs? Have you ever had the crabs? Nate, do you know what the crabs are?
Oh, hey.
Hey, my point is this. Hey, look, man, I love Nate. Nate, and this. Oh shit, this is live.
See, I did not know that.
That we were live? I didn't know we were live either. I thought we were growing Nate off camera. Oh shit, my bad.
I said it live.
Oh shit! Nate, no. Hold on, Pride. Hold on, Gonzo. Nate just said a whole mouthful without Nate saying it. Nate is a Mormon. Now, check me if I'm wrong, and I know at least a little bit about the Mormon religion, is that Mormons have more than one wives. So Nate should have a whole fucking harem of pussy around him. Nate, I know about Mormon religion. I know about it, Nate, to an extent that's more than probably what I should know. That means you should have a whole harem of vagina around you. What is your problem?
A long time ago, we practiced polygamy.
No, motherfucker. That shit still flows down the grapevine.
A long time ago.
So what is it now, Nate? What exactly is the thought process of the more? Or no, okay. Nate, let me ask you a question. This is a very simple question. It's not in my damn business, but it is my curiosity from an educational perspective on a Mormonistic personality. Is it you just wanting to wait for the right person? Is that why you have not sex? Because you're waiting for the right woman to come into your life that has the perfect value system that you share?
Yes. That's the answer.
No, and that's okay. No, first of all, let me just say, Nate, that's a great answer. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. At least you know she won't have the crabs. You won't have the crabs. And you will have a good monogamous relationship with each other, pending whatever calf or steer or sheep has to be sacrificed at the wedding.
Ignore him. Ignore him. Oh man, and almost 2 hours. Jeez, I'm gonna get beat up. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been ASAP. Oh wow! Holy shit! Holy shit!
That's
wow!
Hey, it's been such a long episode. You forgot
Hold on, time out. Hold on, time out. Since we are on the ASAP and he let it come out of his mouth, I'm going to ask the question anyway. Can you please tell the public when we can expect Pride back on ASAP?
Well, first and foremost, I got to get the kids in daycare. That's basically what we're waiting for. Because once we get them in daycare, everything like I'll be able to. Because basically, my fiance's concern is like when I do it, that I'm out watching the kids.
Yeah, you are right there next to you.
Right, but she still doesn't feel fully comfortable with that.
So put a fucking piece of Gorilla Tape to their hands and your hand, and they're good.
Well, the original plan, I duct taped my daughter to my back and my son to my front, but no, that was bad.
Hey, look, I don't have a problem with that.
Came over and saw that,
we don't have a problem with you duct taping your kids to the front and back. Matter of fact, if anything, we all have eyes on them, not just you.
Oh God, he just punched me. I'm gonna beat you up.
Is that AD or Braun?
This is AD. Braun is in the kitchen with her mother.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure where Braun was, but I knew AD was close by.
Say hi.
I love the curly hair.
Oh my God, bro, I love it
Hey,
too.
you know that was a pride. No one pride genetics.
Hey, no way, no way. With this atrocity, no way. That's straight his mother's hair. Yeah, nah, bro, they lick curls.
I got a little 6-year-old niece, and her hair's real curly like that, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
and my daughter is the same way. She's the same exact way, and it's
I didn't have no girls. I had one boy, and that was it.
Yeah, nah, I got one boy, one girl. My fiance's like, oh yeah, I want more. I'm like, more what? More what? More clothes? We can go shopping. We can do that.
Oh damn!
What more food? We can go.
Well, I should say I only have one biological because I have 2 girls that are my girls' daughters, and then she has a boy. So we have 4 altogether, but they're all grown.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I have 2 younger brothers.
Youngest,
yeah, I got 2 younger ones that I hate.
Hey guys, listen.
Youngest
Not to be
kid
the
we have is
damper
18.
on downers and moods, but I've got about 5 minutes of sobriety left in me. Can we please hurry this show up along a little bit?
All right, fine. We will wrap it up. Nate, plug yourself. Where can the people find you?
You can find me every Saturday. I do a very, very late night show. Sports Status every Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so midnight at the Central Time Zone.
It's one in
Also,
the morning.
I am basically at the moment, because I work at a fast food place. I don't really have a specific schedule, so I've been floating around from show to show.
So what are you trying to tell me, man? In between quarter pounders, I can fucking catch a show? What the fuck are you saying?
What
I'm
fast food
just
restaurant
saying
you
that
work at?
even though I work part-time, it's not a...
Okay, so next show is friggin' spontaneous.
Actually, my
between
next show
Happy
is going to be
Meals. Okay.
my next show is going to be Bring It Your Oil Show in just a few minutes.
Ooh,
And we love Nate the Great. Hey,
fast
Nate,
food
I love you, man. I do. I love you, brother, man. I really do. And I appreciate your value system. I hope that my daughter hears your value system and adheres to it. But I did give her some condoms and some birth control, so we'll see if she does or not.
Gonzo. Obviously, you got your stuff. All right, LeBron, what's going on?
Find me at Gonzo Sports Room, or you can find me on the ASAP Network. Easy Money and sports betting shows on both networks. It's on the ASAP Network. Also, I'm on the ASAP morning show, afternoon show. So, and then I'll be live tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern with my sports talk show, Gonzo Sports Room. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 11 p.m. Eastern.
So yeah, LeBron's here. Say hi.
Also, I'm also part of the Minds of Creativity Network. Do a show mostly every Thursday evening called With Great Power. It's a superhero podcast. You guys can find that every Thursday evening at around 7 to 8 the Pacific Standard Time, or I would go later if I work that day.
Neat. Jay McLovin, I know you have a guest on Unscripted coming up.
Yes, I do. First of all, I just want to say, Gonzo, you're a dick for not saying that you are on Unscripted Tuesdays and Thursdays with us. It's
And Saturday this week.
Hey, look, no, for real. Hey, we are very, very, very fortunate. We are very fortunate to have Gonzo on our show Tuesdays and Thursdays when he's able to make it. The guy brings a lot of freaking content. He's very, very smart. And Gonzo, I love you. And you know I freaking love your ass. And Nate, I love you too. Pride, God knows I love your ass. But hey, listen, Tuesdays and Thursdays, you catch us on 7 p.m. Eastern time on the ASAP Sports Network. We're Unscripted. 2 announcements real quick to make. One is going to be on June 5th. Yeah, June 5th. We have, which is this coming Saturday. This coming Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern will be Robert Duran Jr. on the show, the son of Roberto Duran, the famous boxing heavyweight or lightweight, whatever. And so he'll be on our show to talk boxing and what he has going on his future. Also, we will have Jim Jeffcoat, the defensive end for the Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills in the 90s. He'll be on us, I believe, the first or second weekend of July, talking sports. So, again, a lot of stuff going on in Scripted. Check us out. Again, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern, and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Pride, for having me on the show. God, I love this place.
So, first of all, gentlemen, thank you for being here. It's okay, LeBron. I know, LeBron. I know. Appreciate you guys being here. Always a pleasure. Always great to be able to see your beautiful faces.
Okay, I love coming on. Come on anytime. Just hit me up.
Of course. My door's always open. So if you guys just want to hop on, you'll let me know. And I will make it happen. Because I love you guys. My goal one day is to be you guys.
Shut your mouth. If you're trying to be Nate, I can tell you, you've already surpassed that shit. Go ahead and try to be Gonzo if you want. Gonzo's pretty tough. Me, hey, look, you give me a Happy Meal, you probably eclipse me. So, Nate, don't feel bad. A Happy Meal, you're probably better than me. So, shut your mouth.
Real quick, Chris, just one more time for me. Do that one more time for me.
I love you, Nate.
Oh, one more time.
Yes, sir. It's like, and it's funny because every time he does it, it looks like your beard's gonna get.
Can I just say, look, I've got a high school daughter, and if she even meets somebody on the sexual qualification of Nate, I would be so happy.
Nate's a stud. Stop.
Hey, we'll have some more UFCs coming up soon.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that, Nate, but I'm sorry. I love you, buddy.
Yeah.
I know you were sick. Did you watch any of that one last Saturday?
Hey, I know the Usos beat RK Bro.
Not being
I know that.
Not being a main card. It was good.
Let me ask you another question. Hey, Gonzo, this may be, and I don't know, Pride, you're a wrestling guy, Nate. Maybe you're a wrestling guy. I don't know your extensive involvement in this, but we also know that RK Bro lost to the Usos and lost their tag team challenges. What does that mean going forward for RK Bro?
They're probably going to be a tag team for a little while, then they'll split up. Because
that's kind of what I'm getting at. So have we seen basically that the Usos won? Are we now seeing the separation now, or at least the soon-to-be separation of RK Bro, number one, and number two? How do you think they will separate?
I think it's just going to be honestly, I would hope it's a Riddle heel turn.
That's what I hope too, is a Riddle heel turn.
I feel like it'll be kind of. I don't know if I feel like it'll be kind of nice to have him come out in leather, in like straight black.
I'm actually
Russell with
fan.
boots.
I'm a big fan of
No. But what I'm saying is, so you guys have obviously both of you guys have RK Bro splitting up, and do you have RK Bro splitting up amicably, or do you have RK Bro splitting up to where Little and Orton have issues between the two of them?
They're gonna have issues, basically like Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
That's
Where they started losing, and then as time went on, they kind of just like.
I hope they go Riddle heel turn, just because I think a Orton heel turn is just too
predictable at this point.
Too predictable, yeah.
So how do you think it turns? What do you think happens with Orton going forward, and what do you think happens with Riddle going forward in terms of WWE?
I think
they'll do a heel turn. They might have Orton and Riddle go on a program against each other for a little while.
I kind of wanted. I could understand why they separated Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, because I think that they're trying to get like more and more stables, and I really like the stables that both those two are in. So I just think that I wish that it would have happened a little later, but I can see why they made that move.
Okay, so from what I understand for you guys is, and I get kind of why the Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, I kind of get why they went their separate directions. With, RK Bro and Orton and Riddle going their separate directions, and to me that seems a little weird, but you think that Riddle's going to go his separate direction and Orton's going to go his separate direction, and if that's the case, then what's the next big-time tag team matchups that's going to go up against the Usos to reclaim that matchup or that tag team crown?
Honestly, I think there's going to be a long
Edge and Damian Priest.
I don't think so. Not yet.
But not yet.
I think at this point they'll just start throwing randoms in there to be like, oh my god, they're gonna do it. Like,
and I think they're gonna move
Alpha.
up. I think they're gonna move up some of the like the Creed brothers and some of them guys from maybe from NXT to eventually just to get them going in that tag team division.
Yeah.
But let me ask, okay, let's go one step further. Why did Vince McMahon not wait until SummerSlam and build it up to have this type of match?
I think that's too long.
You think so? Because there's a lot of buildup and a lot of,
remember,
promotion that they can put into it.
Yeah, but they've been building this up for way too long. There's only so much talking you can do
before you actually do it. But why do it on freaking SmackDown? Why not do it at a pay-per-view versus a regular?
I would have done it. I would have done it at WrestleMania Backlash.
That's what I'm saying. But why not do it there versus SmackDown or Raw? Why not have it on a pay-per-view? Why do it then? That's what's so weird to me.
Maybe to bump up ratings for SmackDown.
I don't know.
It was also awkward. It was also awkward how they had Michael Cole read the statement. Dude, it was so awkward.
You see Pat McAfee's face?
Dude, I was about to say,
McAfee just
it's bad. I don't know about you guys. You know it's bad when after a Michael Cole promo, Pat McAfee doesn't say shit.
Yeah.
He usually has like a zinger or a one-liner or something that he adds in. Like the fact that he said nothing.
And he just sat there with a weird look on his face. It was like,
dude, like this awkward where he's just like, this is this is the first time I didn't want to be here.
And you could tell Michael Cole didn't want to talk about it either.
Yeah. You could hear and Corey Graves, when he mentioned it, like you can just hear like the script. Like they didn't want to say it, but you could tell that they were like, you're going to, and they were like, all right. And then you can just hear them like, oh man.
Do you think at some point when they're in Vince McMahon's office talking about all this, that there's not issues coming up and being brought about? And what do you think Vince McMahon's response is to all of that?
He don't care.
Go figure it out. That's why I pay you. Wow, some good shit.
Let me ask you this. If you're okay, so let's take it from a different perspective. Pride, Chris, you guys are obviously very well respected. And not Nate, I don't know your wrestling background, but I'm gonna throw you in there too because I'm sure you probably have some good.
So it sounds like he's a big fan.
I don't have a very big, strong wrestling background, so I'm a little ignorant in the wrestling world. But let me ask you this: if you're Vince McMahon, both of you guys, if you're Vince McMahon, and you're getting ready to go through, SmackDown, and you got Usos and you got RK Bro. Do you give the Usos a championship over RK Bro? Do you think that's really the best storyline to go with, just because they're bloodline and it looks good, or do you go opposite?
No, I would go with them.
You would go with bloodline?
I would.
They're so hot. Bloodline's so hot right now.
Not only that, you can't sit there and have Paul Heyman say if you lose, you're out of the family. Basically,
yeah,
you can't do that and have them lose. Because now remember, a lot of the wins from Roman Reigns come from Uso interference.
Okay, but let me ask this. But based on that pride, based on that, if you lose, you're out of the bloodline, this, that, the other. If I'm Vince McMahon, I almost kind of want them to go the opposite direction because of the rabbit holes. Hold on. Because of the rabbit holes and the storyline that we can develop much further.
Not yet, because you can still milk out the bloodline a little more.
This also was the first time that the Usos have beaten RK Bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, didn't Riddle pin both of them in back-to-back weeks?
Yep.
Yeah.
They faced each other, but they've lost for different reasons, both of them, to other competitions. So they haven't actually had a true RK Bro or Uso win.
No. Single matches, Riddle beat both Usos, didn't he?
That's what I'm saying. In singles matches, that's one thing, but not in doubles.
If it was one on Raw and one on SmackDown. I can't remember that, but I know he did be like he Riddle faced.
No, because when they went last time, it was freaking Usos and what's his face, Roman Reigns versus who was it, man?
Drew
McIntyre, and RK Bro. So it was kind of like whatever.
There is one thing I did forget to announce. Be on the lookout. I think the Pope is going to be coming on for a live interview here sometime in the near future.
Okay, and again, God, Nate, this is where I show my ignorance. How does the Pope? You gotta break it down for me. The Pope shit.
Oh, Elijah Burke, the Pope D'Angelo De Niro. Oh my God, bro. Dude,
Used to be in WWE.
No, is he AEW? Is he WWE? Is he NXT? What exactly is the Pope?
Right now he came up TNA or NWA.
Yeah. Yep, National Wrestling Alliance. It's where Nick Aldis, Jim Cornette used to be there. It's like NWA Power with 3 R's.
He just wrestled Cardona for the NWA Championship.
Yes,
a few weeks ago. But he used to be in WWE. He's been in
back then.
Hold on, Gonzo. What I'm saying is, you're telling us to be on the lookout for Pope with NWA. What are we looking out for Pope going forward?
No, he's going. I was just saying, be on the lookout. He's going to be on my show for live interview.
Well, he's going to be on your show.
Yes.
Okay.
That's going to be lit. But all right, let's wrap it up.
That's pretty badass. What is this?
Don't have the exact date yet. We're still we're working it out, but after talking to him last Saturday and everything, he said he would come on, and we're just working on a date and getting everything set up.
All right, yeah. Keep it scripted in the loop. We'll definitely probably make an appearance for that.
There is one more thing I forgot to announce too.
Go ahead.
You're gay. Nobody knows about it, but okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so in the next couple of days, there's a show on the ESPN network, ESPN Nashville, called the Sportsocracy.
You're talking about Green, Jim Green, and his thing.
I'm gonna be on the show.
Sportsocracy, okay.
Whoa,
I'm gonna be on his show.
Huh?
I'm gonna be on his show.
Nice.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
He needed a Denver Broncos analyst, so I'm gonna be talking about the Broncos on his show for a little bit.
I'll have to shoot him a DM. Me and old boy he came down to Tybee Island not too long ago and we hung out. We had a good. Hey, listen. If y'all don't know, Mr. Green with Sportsocracy, he's an ESPN contractor person. Amazing guy, good guy, and a lot of fun to have beers with. But yeah, Nate, man, hell yeah. Okay, that's what Sportsocracy. I gotta be honest with you. Hey, look, if you guys want to hear some good content, no bullshit. I'm not an endorsement person. I'm not paid to say this, but Sportsocracy is, he knows his shit. Absolutely. Go ahead.
I agree on a lot of things.
I gotta get down to Georgia and drink some beer with Jay. That's what I need to be.
Man, you come down, Pride. And the thing about it is, I can tell Pride to bring his ass and his girlfriend and his 2 sons, AB and LeBron, down here. And for some reason, you know what? He go to fucking Connecticut, but he can't come a couple hours south to come see me. So I don't fucking know. Maybe it's because I'm a white Caucasian. I don't fucking know.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Prideful Takes podcast. Nate, Chris, Jay McLovin, thank you guys for being here. Greatly appreciate it. It is your boy Pride. I'll be back here on Wednesday. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe.
Knew where that was going. That was a great read. Oh, Lillard from the logo. That'll quiet the 2 on the season. 2nd and 1 for the Bills. They handle the rush. Allen looking. End zone.
To Shohei Ohtani. Center field. Let's watch it go. Did several of those inside low kicks.